Hey Ed, how you doing? Got here about 9:45 with my home inspector John. Owns countywide home inspections down here, and he's done probably 60 to 80 of them for me in the last 3 years. A couple things I want to point out. First and foremost, I was able to do a series of tests with John. For instance, he was able to do our dock, he was able to do our mold, and he was able to do the generic home inspection. He's been doing this long enough that he can actually help me with other things that I see. And we'll get to that in a second because there are some components that I feel that we need to talk about. I'm just going to do a turnover as if we were here and we didn't walk with him the whole way, and he just tells us the components in each room and each functionality, and then we'll kind of sum up at the end. And this should be a pretty decent video. Hopefully no one calls me during this time because we're going to get set forth now. But I'm actually going to stop this video, turn off my cellular, turn the video back on. So bear with me, okay? All right, we're back and we're about to do the turnover. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so basically driveway, obviously some cracking, raising settled areas, trip hazards. Walkways, again some cracking and some raising settled areas, and also it's missing a sewer cover over here on the right side, so that may be a trip hazard. The walkway was poured a little bit too high up on the wall, so it doesn't have the proper 2-inch clearance between the stucco weep screed and the concrete. And also the hang railings openings that are going down to the dock are too wide. The dock actually was in pretty good shape, with the exception of that, what I could see of it. The masonry fence has some 16-inch wide cracks, again, pretty typical.
Where was that at, John?
In the back.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the retaining wall has some hairline cracks, that seawall out there. Not really too excited about that. Pretty normal to see that. The planters that are next to the house will pond and trap water. Just don't overwater those areas. The siding has some damaged wood siding and also some damage at the window ceiling.
Would that be covered under termite?
It might be, but it's mainly paint.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really get involved with paint, but I did see a lot of flaking areas where it could cause some damage.
I noticed that too in all the window seals, like in the master and these like T windows that have like a pane per, there's a lot of peeling paint there on the south side, or north side I should say.
Yeah, and then the gutters, there's some damage and deterioration. They look like the steel gutters instead of copper. The chimney, there's quite large cracks at the brick area there.
Let's go point that out while we're doing this now. So I'll take you with this and we'll go take a look. So come on in through here.
Yeah, see there's some the cracks up there at the chimney joint. Actually, they're up to a 1/4 inch wide, and then also out here in the patio area, there's the veneers, breaking off the chimney. So just further evaluation on that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Electrical, there's several light fixtures out there. I don't change out light fixtures or disassemble and see what's wrong with them, but there's possibly some burnout bulbs. The patio has an outlet that's loose and missing a cover. Foundation, everything I could see looks fine, but there's areas I can't see. And then the roof, I don't walk on these roofs, so it's visually wherever I can see it.
We did have the roofer here, and I'll have a full report for you with replacing the tiles and the paper, as well as keeping the tiles and replacing the paper. He did notice between 20 to 50 tiles that need to be fixed. We can try to match those, but it looks really weird to try to match a 30-year-old tile with today's tile. He's doing some research on that, so give me till Wednesday on the roof. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so basically the roof is improperly installed, exposed nails, there's a lot of loose ones, there's some cracked ones. It just suggests that a roofer look at it, and he was here, so that's great.
That's good.
Yeah, up in the attic, there's some moisture stains on the underside of the roof. And I can't tell when those stains occurred, but yet there's enough roof conditions that it may be actively leaking, but since it's not raining, we don't know.
Your heaviest leak was under a vent that you did confirm with the roofer, right?
Right,
Okay.
exactly. And then the ventilation up in the attic is inadequate according to today's standards. Same thing with the insulation, it's 4-inch bats. And that's it up there, up in the attic. The garage, there's some foundation cracks up to 1/8 of an inch. So you may wish further evaluation on that. Also some effervescence to the stem wall. So it shows water intrusion in those areas.
And right on the other side of that stem wall is a huge planter box that's about 15 feet long. Most of the time, that's coming in from the planter box and overwatering.
Yep. And then the fire door, it's not a fire rated door. It's not 1 3/8, solid core. The laundry, there's no drip pan for the wash machine. Also the sink water supply and the drain line's corroded. And then electrical, there's no GFCI protection for the outlet.
Anywhere?
For the sink.
Oh, for the sink.
Yeah. Plumbing, the water heater doesn't have proper earthquake strapping because it's 100 gallon, requires 4 straps. There's no sediment trap for it. It's an older unit, so it's ending its service life and no drip pan. And there's some stains at the base. And also the temperature pressure drain line has a proper material. It's flex instead of rigid pipe. And it diminishes in size. Electrical, there's just a wire inside that's capped, and I don't know where that wire goes to. But everything seemed to work on the inside of the house with the exception of some burnout bulbs and interior and exterior. That's it there. Heater, the hall unit downstairs here, there's actually an active condensation drain line leak, and I think that's causing that mold issue that's down there. And we did take air samples and a surface sample also of those areas. This black one. And then also it has a proper flexible gas line that's feeding this unit. The thermostat's damaged in the hallway. We couldn't get you have to sort of bang on it to make the temperature change. And the filters are dirty in both of them. And there's low airflow at some of the registers downstairs in the living room area. Also the exhaust vent for both the units go into a T-type fitting instead of a Y-type fitting. That was up in the attic. The air conditioner, let's see, let's start. Just rusting to the one here in the hall. It's just an older unit, so it's ending its life. And then the refrigerant line's missing also in this hall bath, so that may be contributing also to that leak, but the pump not working and leaking is the main problem there. Also, there's no secondary drain line installed or a shut-off for it. All the fireplaces are fine except for the damper down here in the living room. Damper's damaged. There's a bolt that fell off in my hand when I operated it. Also, all the dampers don't have clamps to prevent the full closure, and all the glass doors are missing. The entryway, there's a little discoloration in the wall. I don't think it's moisture, but yet it is discolored. In the living room, the wall damage, which we showed, of the cracking, and also that bowing wall. I didn't see any moisture there.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I looked on the outside as well to see if there was a compromise structurally. There's no tree or anything
Yeah,
there.
there's nothing really there. Also, there's some holes in the screen door. Then the family room, there's corrosion at the bar sink drain, no GFCI protection. The window screen is damaged. Also, it's missing the casement hardware handles, missing the dimmer knob, and missing a light fixture. And the bonus room upstairs, no GFCI for the bar. The aerator is dirty on the faucet, and there's holes in the screen door. Dining room has a damaged frame on the slider. It's rusted and difficult to slide that glass door.
It is. Well, all the doors are tough to slide.
Yeah. And then the dinette, missing the casement handles on the window.
What, the little spinny things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the kitchen, the cracking tile are missing.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, the door doesn't latch. No GFCI protection, possible burnout bulbs. Also, there's some stains and damage underneath the sink. It looks like that instant hot water tank leaked, and so it has some damage there. Also, it doesn't work, that instant hot. And let's see. Hallway's fine, just the stairways, the stairs squeak, and there's greater than 4-inch opening at the handrails. And also a possible burnout bulb, and no smoke detector or carbon monoxide detector for upstairs.
I saw one upstairs.
Did you?
Yeah, it's 2 feet up in the
Oh, okay.
in the landing.
I'll remove that.
Yep.
Okay. And then the hall bathroom downstairs, possible burnout bulbs and no smoke detector. Master, there's a little bit of discoloration to the ceiling. It looks like a stain that was painted over with the wrong paint, and recommend installing a smoke detector. Left front bedroom, the door binds and it doesn't latch. Screen's missing, possible burnout bulbs and no smoke detector. Then the left rear bedroom, no smoke detector. Bedroom bath downstairs, the door tends to swing closed, so it's out of adjustment or out of alignment. The fan's noisy, the sink stopper doesn't work, the tub spout shower diverter doesn't work, the tub stopper doesn't work, corrosion at the glass door, and needs caulking around the shower arm.
Hopefully that one gets replaced. That bathroom.
Yeah, and then bath number 2, and 4, I'll combine the 2 hall bathrooms together. The door tends to swing open for the second floor bathroom. Also possible burnout bulbs upstairs. Corrosion at the water supply and the drain for the second floor. There's also no hot water for the second floor sinks. I'm not allowed to open up the valves, but I tried actually on one and I couldn't move it. There's corrosion at the glass door on the second floor. Also needs caulking at the shower arm, tub spout, shower, and tub valves. That's all on the second floor. The first floor actually was fine.
That one just got replaced because of the previous flooding.
Yeah, and then the master bath, there's a damaged floor area. We don't know what happened there. There's a piece of tile that's cracked, and I don't know why. Ceiling, there's some moisture damage inside the shower. No safety glass for those windows adjacent to the bathtub. There's corrosion at the drain line of the sink. Corrosion at the drain line, at the water supply of the toilet. It's missing a seat cover, or just the toilet seat. The jetted bathtub stopper doesn't work. There's corrosion at the glass door and needs caulking on the shower arm and shower valves. And that's it.
That's it. Biggest concerns, John, that you have right now?
Would be the down here.
This AC system.
Right.
The AC system, and I kind of want to show you while I've got you on the video, and John will walk with me and kind of help me guide how to say it. But what we did notice is that, yeah, the AC is working. It feels great. Everything's kind of flowing, and that's the vent that's not flowing the best there. And then, as you can see, this all looks somewhat good. But down here, I should be seeing that condensate pump fan working, and it's not. Which therefore, you can see the water on that baseboard, and that's what's done it. It's sucking it all up. I'm more worried about when this water goes south because you have underground ducting. So when the mold and remediation company pulls this out, we're gonna really need to see what's going on here. So that's about it. Other than that, maybe that crack on that chimney, I don't know what we can do there, but you may have some contacts for masons and structure there. We did find the mold under the sink from the instant hot water button that's been unplugged, so that's probably not an ongoing leak. And then the roof. Those are probably my big 3 right there.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I'm going to pay the man, and we'll square up later between us, and maybe you'll come back later on. I've got 2 forms here that I need you to sign on there. I'll put that in the kitchen with, I only have landscape plans. I couldn't find internal plans, and a few permits that's been pulled. I found the builder's name, and I found the architect that did the outside plans that probably did the inside plans too. So we'll get to the plans here in a second, but it's been an honor representing you, and you take care.
Now, and if there's
Go ahead.
If there's any questions in the email that I send you, will be my cell number. So if there's a question, give me a call.
Excellent. Thanks,
Have
John.
a good day.
Bye now.